Halloween Kills, the much anticipated sequel to the 2018 Halloween, which was basically a way to rejuvenate the Halloween franchise after a lot of hit or miss sequels that came after the original 1978 Halloween film. So Halloween Kills, is it a proper sequel? Does it add to the franchise? Is it better than the 2018 film? Or is it just, another horror movie? Well, let's get into it. So Halloween Kills picks up immediately after the events of Halloween 2018. And so we see that Michael Myers, spoilers, is not dead. Okay, so what is to transpire? Well, this movie puts itself in a weird position because there's no time passing between the events of the first and second movie. They've basically sidelined a few main characters because of what had happened in the previous film. Now, this works and it doesn't, because now you're introduced to a bunch of not new characters, but characters that you haven't seen since the 1978 Halloween film. And this effect is good and bad, essentially because what you're seeing is these characters now wanting to face off against Michael Myers to save their town. Now, going in, the performances are okay. I mean, it's a horror movie. You're not really expecting Oscar-worthy performances, but some of them are just god-awful. In particular, unfortunately, a lot of the female actresses in that you're now introduced to, like Judy Greer, the young lady that plays Laurie Strode's granddaughter, Jamie Lee Curtis herself, perfectly fine. But the newer characters are they're go from really middling to terrible. That being said, when you're going and you're watching the movie, there are a lot of subplots, so there's very little focus here. You would think that the focus would be hunting down Michael Myers, but really they kind of drift off into a lot of subplots that are kind of just a waste of time, really, just a waste of runtime. Michael Myers in this movie transforms from a very one-dimensional serial killer to almost like a deity. Like he is almost like God in this movie, and you'd have to watch it to really understand what I'm saying, but just know that he's unstoppable and there's nothing you can do about it. And that is, I don't know, if that's what you were looking for in this movie, it works. But if you wanted Michael Myers to be more grounded, which is what the 2018 film really makes him, he's very grounded. Like they make a point to ground Michael Myers in some sort of reality, to the point where his injuries follow him from one movie to the next. And yet in this film, they bring the injuries back, they bring the trauma that he receives back. However, it's almost like he has some sort of Wolverine style healing factor with some of his injuries. And that to me takes away from the idea that yes, Michael Myers is superhumanly strong, but you can fight hard enough to get away. And I think that kind of took away from this movie's momentum for me. The other thing is, I really would have wanted to see more of the characters that I saw in the 2018 movie. And maybe it's my fault for rewatching the 2018 movie before I saw Halloween Kills, but at this point, introducing me to these new people, it doesn't really do anything for me. In fact, I'm just waiting for the characters that I actually like to get back on screen. But, I guess you'd eat cannon fodder, but, not all of this happens. And then there's a weird story element with, they really deal with the idea of mob justice and mob mentality, and I really just don't care. I just have to be honest. Other than that, I mean, the movie's solid. It moves the story along. It just doesn't do anything to elevate the property like the 2018 film did. The 2018 film really shows the idea that there is a duality between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, in which at some points in the film, one of them is not always the hunter and hunted. The roles kind of reverse, and I thought that was so cool. And they kind of just dropped it for this particular movie. So, I mean, if I had to put a big number on it, I would give Halloween Kills a 7 out of 10. Like I say, it's great, especially if you enjoyed the first one. It moves the story along, but I really hope for the third and final film in this trilogy that they really step it up, because I really want to get that feeling that they had in the 2018 film. I really want that to pass along through to the final film. So with that being said, I mean, that's all I really have to say. Thanks for the view. If you were watching this video on YouTube, I appreciate it. If you felt like I've earned your subscription, then please subscribe, hit me with a like, share the video out, so the algorithm can, promote the video, so, we can get more people on. And definitely leave comments, even if even if you don't really agree with what I had to say, I just appreciate the feedback. All right, guys, see you next time. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace.